I feel like Jagex has blessed me on this crooked day with a gift that shall not go to waste. Here I was yesterday trying to figure out a new video idea to, make content. And I was searching and searching and I couldn't find anything interesting to talk about. And honestly, I got a little frustrated. Is there really not any good stories to tell? I mean, I know we're getting close to RS3, which means everything else is put on hold. But just as I thought about that, I swear to God, it's like Jagex was reading my brain and was like, Kriibus, here is fresh printed drama on a silver platter just for you. It's like Mod Ash looked down upon the heavens and was like, Kriibus, I can see you're struggling with new video ideas, so here is content for you. Freshly out of the oven. Okay, no more metaphors. Yep. So RuneScape drama, we're back, baby. This is like what? Season 10 now? Who's counting, honestly? You thought Swampledic's 5 seasons was a banger? Wait until you hear about this. So, where do we start? Well, from the beginning, of course. Let's jump back to beautiful Wednesday on June 15th, 2022. Old School RuneScape team announces a new survey everyone can complete. Now, Jimmy made a great video about this in detail. It goes over things like new game modes, we're talking leagues, Deadman mode, maybe even new skilling stuff. And then there was another question. Would you like to see new, refreshed servers where everyone starts from zero? There is absolutely nothing different with this one besides the fact that, well, everybody starts from zero. You don't even get the benefits of the usual Deadman mode or leagues, overpowered stuff. It's just there. It exists. But at the end of the day, a survey is just a survey. It's there to see if people are interested in some stuff. Nothing is set in stone, right? Well, until the day where Jagex came out with the announcement. Hey guys, we're adding in fresh servers into Old School RuneScape in few months. Damn it. Honestly, Jagex, now be honest with me, really. Is this the solution to getting new players to try out Old School RuneScape? I can give you multiple reasons why not, so let's start from the top and work our way down. First and foremost, Jagex knows very well they can't add in microtransactions into Old School RuneScape. How are they trying to milk more money from us, you ask? Well, if you have to make a brand new account every time you want to participate in these new servers, you have to cough up more real life money. As there is nobody to sell bonds, and mostly you don't even have in-game currency to buy bonds. Which brings us to another problem. They say everything is restricted and it's a fair fight from the beginning. Whoever gets first, right? Well, nobody is an Iron Man. Everybody has a normal account that they can trade wealth over however much they want. Meaning, if you have a sugar daddy or sugar mama money, or you're just a whale in general, you can just, buy 50 bonds, turn them into GP, and have a massive edge over everyone else in the game. And that's how Jagex is planning to start milking Old School RuneScape, through bonds. So that's reason number one, and the most obvious one. By the way, this is happening in RuneScape 3 as well, and it's gonna absolutely ruin the game. There is no chance it will not cause permanent damage to the entire RuneScape 3 economy. For a quick buck, if you join the fresh start servers in RuneScape 3, you're gonna have 4 times experience multipliers, you're gonna have pet drop rate boost, you're gonna have normal drop rate boosts. The loot is gonna be so big, it's gonna be so grand, it's gonna be so good, and it's gonna keep pouring and pouring over and over again until the servers are taken down. And guess what happens then? Yep, you can transfer all of that boosted drops and loot into the main game. All your stats, all your gear, your pets, everything into the main game, and it's gonna destroy the economy. Which brings me to my next point. The same thing is gonna happen in Old School RuneScape, where if you can transfer your account from this new game mode to the main game whenever you want, and since the servers last for 6 months, what do you think Old School RuneScape economy is gonna look like in 6 months? If suddenly overnight thousands or even millions of new items enter the main game just like that. Now, yes, it's not as drastic as RuneScape 3, but still, so far the conclusion with the 2 previous points goes as follows. You can pay Jagex real life money to soft manipulate the RuneScape market. And that's how I think a regular player would see that. Now, does Jagex see it like this? No, absolutely not. It's a goddamn brilliant idea from their point of view. And they might be right. There might be new players who actually get interested in the game. This might bring in returning players who need a fresh start to get going, but this also will be the start of Jagex milking this game dry and knowing the fiasco that has happened in the last, I don't know, 10 years, where the company changes owners like buying new pants every few years. And who are the people that always lose when a new owner comes around? The players, which I think what's happening right now as well. God damn it, I genuinely made a video 2 weeks ago about how from the bottom of my heart I thought Jagex was the best gaming company out there at the moment, specifically when it comes to old school RuneScape, because they still follow the traditional payment model where everyone, and I mean every goddamn player, has an equal chance to be great in old school RuneScape. And that's why this game works so well. And now 2 weeks later, I might as well throw that entire video out of the window because it went basically against everything Jagex just stated today. Okay, I need to relax. Look, I'm just gonna say it. I'm so goddamn addicted to this game. I'm just gonna say it. And I really want it to do well. I really do. You know, I say this, oh, I'm farming this drama video, whatever. I just genuinely think there is something beautiful about this game that keeps us all playing, or at the least interested in it. Whether you just enjoy the content, whether you play it yourself, doesn't matter. I want this game to do well. I mean, okay, you know what? My mood is already ruined. We might as well continue. What an awful time to announce this. Honestly, you know how dry we are in terms of content. If you ever had sex, you know what I'm talking about. Which I'm guessing is not a lot of you. I'm sorry, that was me. What I mean is that we haven't had anything grand in a long time. And that's because RS3 is coming out in about a week from now. Which means for the last few months, the old school team has put off on updating the game that benefits a lot of the players. And instead work on this one big update. The problem with that is that there is an itch in every old school RuneScape player. And if we don't get to scratch that itch, we start crying. We're like babies who need to be breastfed, and if we don't get the booba, we start whining and crying. Okay, that was a bad example. Forget that. My point is, it's been itching for a while now, and players are getting kinda anxious because we lack new, meaningful updates, which means bringing in potentially bad news before the biggest update of the year leaves just a sour taste in everyone's mouth. Now, instead of everyone thinking, oh, there's gonna be something amazing coming soon, instead everyone's thinking, not this again, not Papa Jagex going for our wallets. I don't know if the strategy was like, you know what, we go public with this awful idea just before raids, so when raids comes out, everyone's gonna like kind of forget about this. Maybe, honestly, knowing Jagex, it wouldn't surprise me that's what they thought. Okay, let's keep going. This is, in my opinion, the most important part, and why, if you agree with this update, you should be really careful what you wish for. Now, I will repeat this again. It wouldn't absolutely surprise me that this will be the start of the end on RuneScape 3. And I don't say that sentence lightly. This will absolutely destroy the economy and game that gamemodes in RuneScape 3 have been trying to fix for years now, by putting in money sinkholes, taxes, skills to try to fix the RuneScape 3 economy. And all of it will be thrown out of the window, and you might be wondering, well, you keep talking about this RuneScape 3 thingy-majingy, but like, how does that affect old school RuneScape? Think about it this way: if the owners manage to milk dry our money cow that is RuneScape 3, and there is no more money left to milk, what do you think they're gonna target next? I mean, there is a new MMO coming out from Jagex, maybe that. Okay, let's be honest, Jagex has been trying to release new games for 15 years and all of them have failed. RuneScape is their entire company. So yes, you answered right, it's old school RuneScape, and we don't want that, do we? So if you think this is a good idea and could actually bring in new players, think about the consequences we could face down the line. Also, side note, this was a poll they made on their Twitch livestream asking viewers if they would like this idea, and only 3% said yes, this idea is really good. 3%! That means 97% of player base didn't agree with that. And I wish I could stop here with my whining and moaning, but unfortunately this is just the beginning. I know, it's not good. So let's keep going. If you see something like this, that's probably not a good thing to see, right? 0 upvotes over 1000 comments. Nice. But I just can't get the RuneScape 3 thing out of my head. What the actual hell? Imagine if all the progress you made in any of the leagues we had in old school RuneScape, where you have experience boost, drop boost, every possible boost you can imagine, but at the end of the leagues, you could transfer that same leagues account into the main game. Because that's what's gonna happen in RuneScape 3. I don't know if I should laugh or cry right now. Who in their right mind thought this would be okay? But enough about RuneScape 3, let's talk about the biggest reason Jagex is saying they are doing this. They want new players. Okay, now imagine you're a completely new player in 2022 who has never seen RuneScape or heard about it, which, okay, we'll live in that hypothetical world for now. You log in on Fresh Worlds to try out the game yourself. The first thing you see is bots abusing the hell out of the system because everything is fresh and it's a new playground for bots to go rampant at. You probably think they are other new players, you try to socialize and you get nothing back. Fun. Now yes, bots could do this in a main game as well and that probably won't stop them, so we'll leave that as a secondary problem for now, but it's still a problem. Another thing, new players rely on resources to advance their accounts. You wanna learn about skilling? Best way is to look it up wiki and follow the instructions. The TE is an absolute wasteland for the first few weeks. How the hell are they gonna get any resources when everyone starts fresh? Not only are the prices gonna be day and night compared to the main game, which I assume is the end goal of Jagex to get the new players into the main game. How are you gonna do that? The prices on those fresh servers are not gonna represent the main game prices in any way whatsoever. Then you say, oh, okay, they might do skilling on their own, get resources and stuff. Then why would they go into those servers and not instead just make a game mode that was literally meant for this exact purpose and is highly successful in old school RuneScape called Steelman mode, -2 goals? There is no benefit to a new player in fresh servers that isn't gonna be either abused by the old players or give wrong impression on the gameplay when they inevitably have to return to the main game at one point if they wanna continue their account. You genuinely forget how many resources are pumped into by endgame PVMing, since this was the direction Jagex went with old school RuneScape about 6 years ago. So how the hell is a new player supposed to kill Salra or Vorkat? I mean, I played old school RuneScape since almost day one, and just few years ago I genuinely learned endgame bossing. The progressing is linear. What do you think? A new player is just gonna go to resources printing bosses after a few months of playing? That's ridiculous. Again, if your entire idea is that you and your friends here there is a fresh server start in RuneScape and you want to return, wouldn't it make sense, for instance, you and your friends instead make a group Ironman accounts and start there? If you are removed from old school RuneScape and wanna return and start fresh together, since the market is just going to be oversaturated on fresh servers, what ends up happening is that you just play an Ironman on normal account, in which case you might as well make an Ironman account in the main game, right? Right. Like, yeah, in theory this works. We have all these cute noobs trying out RuneScape again at the same exact time, but if there is one thing I learned throughout my over decade of gameplay in RuneScape, it's that we can't have nice things. If there is even a teeny tiny small chance that something can be abused, you bet old school RuneScape players will abuse the hell out of that. Another thing I absolutely despised reading was how Jagex said we can't migrate old accounts into the new servers, which is like, are you okay? Are you actually good? This is exactly what you've been doing with all the game modes that we had throughout the years. Now you suddenly lost that ability. Everyone absolutely has to make a new account. No exception. You have to make a new account. There is no way around it. Jesus Christ. I mean, we literally just had PvP Arena where you are logged into fresh servers with the same account and you say that we can't have new accounts. Give me a break, man. We have leagues, we have Deadman Mode, we have King of the Skill back in the day. The exact same concept but better. Why not just put more effort into these game modes rather than change absolutely nothing in terms of gameplay and hope it works? Which brings me back to my previous point. Who in the right mind thought this was a good idea? Seriously, I am by no means an expert on pretty much anything in this world. And I admit that, just another moron ranting because he doesn't want this game to die. But is this genuinely the best idea you could come up with? I think there are smart people working at Jagex, otherwise we wouldn't have this awesome game. Which also makes me think they definitely didn't come up with this sad excuse of we want new players as their core ideology, which means there is another purpose behind this. And yet we roll back to the start of the video where I said it's the saddest quick buck Jagex will ever make. It's like they never learn. They know there are gonna be players who are gonna cough up the $12 a month to make fresh accounts, to get high scores, number 1 ranks. They know there are gonna be whales. That 0.1% of player base is enough. That's all Jagex needs. If they all spend, let's say, $350 to buy 50 bonds on day 1 to get a lead for the high scores and be the first, that's all they need. Fuck. I promised I wasn't gonna curse in this video. I wanted to get this clean, but fuck, why? Why would they do this? Why would they do this? I don't know. I think this Reddit post perfectly encapsulates the entire experience. Every time Jagex strays away from bowling, bad things end up happening. Yes, okay. How about we make a counter argument saying, no, it's not gonna affect the economy. No, Jagex isn't gonna start milking old school RuneScape now. Don't worry about any of that. And the answer is, we don't know that. You don't know that. I don't know that. Maybe this is absolutely fine. But maybe this could also be devastating. My point is, why test the waters for a quick money grab? Nobody knows what's gonna happen, right? I don't think even Jagex knows how this is gonna go. Considering their thought process, they just keep throwing shit at the wall and see what sticks. So if this goes well, who is to say they won't continue with this sort of thing? I mean, I keep repeating myself, but RuneScape 3 is gonna be absolutely fucked after this year ends. And we're gonna be next. And that's what I'm most worried about here. Fine, I'll take the small economy changes. I'll take someone abusing the new worlds. Whatever, it's always gonna happen. But after RS3 takes a long visit to the graveyard, they need to start printing more money somehow. And it absolutely scares me what ideas they could come up with. Okay, you know what, I'm gonna wrap this up. Please, Jagex, I know my word is absolutely meaningless and I'm just another cog in the machine, but please don't do this. It's not the solution. Why don't we get together and figure this out? Okay, you want new players. How can we help you? Tell us. Because whatever it is you're doing right now, it's gonna be the beginning of the end, and I'm genuinely not saying this lightly. I don't want to just nag and whine for the entire video, so here is my 2 cents if it's worth anything. Please, stick to just events we're doing right now and add in new similar ones. Events that actually invite new players to participate. We all know Leagues is the most popular game mode. Let's push that. Other thing, for instance, I think a really cool idea would be like an apprenticeship or work shadow in real life, I think it's called, where if you're a new player, you are assigned an experienced player and together you can explore the game. The experienced player can teach you the basics, you can use microphones on Discord, you can teach about RuneLite plugins. Essentially, you get your own teacher and everyone can volunteer for that. You and I both. Your account has to be like, let's say, 5 years old and have a certain amount of active hours played, and you can take in your own pupil if you want and teach them to play old school RuneScape. I guarantee you that will bring in so many new players than just throwing them into new fresh worlds and be like, you figure this out. There is a social aspect involved, there is human aspect involved, and new players could learn the game much faster from another experienced player rather than looking up every individual item or NPC. You know, we have over 20,000 objects in old school RuneScape. You know how painful it is to wiki when you're a new player? So please, Jagex, think about this. Ask your community again if this is absolutely necessary. If you genuinely believe quick money is the answer here, instead of a long and thriving game we have right now, then I don't know, maybe we have different ideas on how this should work. I swear to God, if they're gonna come out in October saying fresh server update is all you get, no more leaks, no more Deadman mode, oh my god, this channel will be turned into Club Penguin content instead. I kid you not. I honestly hope Club Penguin has raids. Okay, if you wanna discuss this topic with me, I'm streaming constantly on twitch.tv Kriibus. Feel free to stop by, but for now, I love you all the players who put up with this shit, and I'll see you guys in a few days with another video. Bye!